Don't tell me the moon is shining, show me the glint of light on broken glass. Perhaps man has 100 senses, and when he dies only the 5 senses that we know perish with him, and the other 95 remain alive. Any idiot can face a crisis, it's this day-to-day living that wears you out. The role of the artist is to ask questions, not answer them. What a fine weather today. Can't choose whether to drink tea or to hang myself. The world is, of course, nothing but our conception of it. When asked, "Why do you always wear black?" he said, "I am mourning for my life." Wisdom comes not from age, but from education and learning. You have lost your reason and taken the wrong path. You have taken lies for truth, and hideousness for beauty. You would marvel if, owing to strange events of some sorts, frogs and lizards suddenly grew on apple and orange trees instead of fruit, or if roses began to smell like a sweating horse. So I marvel at you who exchange heaven for earth. I don't want to understand you. Perhaps the feelings that we experience when we are in love represent a normal state. Being in love shows a person who he should be. Medicine is my lawful wife, and literature is my mistress. When I get fed up with one, I spend a night with the other. Civilized people must, I believe, satisfy the following criteria. They respect human beings as individuals and are therefore always tolerant, gentle, courteous, and amenable. They do not create scenes over a hammer or a mislaid eraser. They do not make you feel they are conferring a great benefit on you when they live with you, and they don't make a scandal when they leave. They have compassion for other people besides beggars and cats. Their hearts suffer the pain of what is hidden to the naked eye. They respect other people's property, and therefore pay their debts. They are not devious, and they fear lies as they fear fire. They don't tell lies even in the most trivial matters. To lie to someone is to insult them, and the liar is diminished in the eyes of the person he lies to. Civilized people don't put on airs. They behave in the street as they would at home. They don't show off to impress their juniors. They don't run themselves down in order to provoke the sympathy of others. They don't play on other people's heartstrings to be sighed over and cosset. That sort of thing is just cheap striving for effects. It's vulgar, old hat and false. They are not vain. They don't waste time with the fake jewelry of hobnobbing with celebrities, being permitted to shake the hand of a drunken, judicial orator, the exaggerated bonhomie of the first person they meet at the salon, being the life and soul of the bar. They regard praises like "I am a representative of the press." The sort of thing one only hears from very minor journalists, as absurd. If they have done a brass farthing's work, they don't pass it off as if it were 100 rubles by swanking about with their portfolios, and they don't boast of being able to gain admission to places other people aren't allowed in. If they do possess talent, they value it. They take pride in it. They know they have a responsibility to exert a civilizing influence on others, rather than aimlessly hanging out with them. And they are fastidious in their habits. They work at developing their aesthetic sensibility. Civilized people don't simply obey their baser instincts, they require mens sana in corpore sano. And so on. That's what civilized people are like. Reading Pickwick and learning a speech from Faust by heart is not enough if your aim is to become a truly civilized person and not to sink below the level of your surroundings. If you are afraid of loneliness, don't marry. Man is what he believes.